Last year I posted a video that received a lot of attention. To date, it's racked up nearly 2 million views. That is just crazy to me to think that 2 million people have seen my face and heard me speak. It's just unreal. My name is Tara, otherwise known as Candy Mama, and this is my YouTube channel, Tara Treks. I have been wanting to make this video for a while, and I've seen other creators on YouTube outside the hiking niche talking about what it's like to have a video blow up out of nowhere. I had a pretty small channel, and then all of a sudden, this video was seen by 2 million people. So I wanted to talk about the repercussions, the positive outcomes. I also wanted to address some questions and concerns that were brought up in the comment section, and of course talk about the unpleasant comments that I am very unfortunately familiar with these days. So let's get right into it by talking about why I made the video in the first place. Beginning of 2022, I did have a couple objectives for my channel. I wanted to post a video every week. With that, I had to come up with a lot more ideas. And one of those ideas was about the shelters on the Appalachian Trail. As a defining feature on the Appalachian Trail, the shelters are a great subject to talk about, and a lot of people have offered their opinion on YouTube about them as well. I just wanted to offer my opinion as a thru hiker in 2019. If you haven't seen the video already, I'm going to link it above, so I encourage you to watch it before watching this video. So I posted my shelter video on February 15th, 2022, and didn't think much of it, but noticed a couple days in that it was gaining more views than other videos. 3 days in, I had 28,000 views, which was unheard of for my channel back then. And then by the end of March, I had received 182,000 views, which was amazing. If you are a bigger channel watching this, you might think those numbers are low, but for a YouTuber who had 5,000 subscribers, I had never seen numbers like that before. Through March and April, the views did start to slow down, and if you look at this graph, it kind of eased a little bit. Then May came, and that is really when I saw the biggest spike in the views. By June, I was at 1 million. Normally, my videos were typically recommended to backpackers, hikers, outdoorsy people, people who love the Appalachian Trail, or people who just kind of knew about these things. At this point though, my video was being recommended to a lot of different corners of YouTube, which is great. I love getting more people in the outdoors, whatever it takes, so I thought that was great. Since then, I have had other spikes and generated another 1 million views. So I'm sitting at this point, when I'm making this video, it is January 30th. I am sitting a little bit under 2 million views. I received a lot of comments, about 3,900. Some were good, some were really, really bad. Most were neutral, just talking about their experience of the Appalachian Trail or shelters. But then there were just mean-spirited ones that were laughable, but didn't really do any harm, if that makes sense. What I mean by the laughable comments that are still mean is that honestly, they're just trolls, and I mean, it's taken me a while to get here and to laugh at them. When I initially posted this video and I was getting an influx of comments like that, I think I felt a little more upset, but it's taken me a little bit to get to the point where I'm like, these people, one, they probably don't know what they're talking about, and two, they're just trying to be trolls and just trying to get a reaction. I'm gonna talk a little more on that point, but some of these comments are just I just gotta shake my head. They're just funny. But I got a lot of comments where people felt, because I had some issues with the aspects of these shelters, that I didn't belong in nature or backpacking, and that I belonged in a hotel. But, I think anyone would have issues with mice running over their sleeping bag at night, or being around their head, or, getting norovirus in a shelter. I think anybody would have a problem with that, but I could be wrong. Maybe I do belong in a hotel if that bothers me. You guys tell me in the comments. I don't think so, but Maybe I do. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I have some discourse with people about my nose rings. I did get a lot of comments where people let me know their opinions on my 3 nose rings I have here, especially my septum piercing here. And I understand, you know, I might look a little goofy. Like I can recognize that the nose piercing, they're weird. Like I understand that, but I like them, and I think that's all that matters. I don't like fedoras, but y'all don't see me going on videos with people wearing fedoras and commenting my displeasure. No. One that I recently got was a guy who said something to the effect that, please stop appropriating the word y'all. You aren't Southern, and it just sounds forced. And I thought that was hilarious, because that's a good example of like, one, they don't know what they're talking about. Because I'm from North Carolina. I've grown up in North Carolina since I was 5. I went to East Carolina University in Eastern North Carolina. I can't think of anything more Southern. So that's just an example of somebody really not knowing what they're talking about. Something that I've learned is that people just want to be mean sometimes or say hurtful things, and the internet, especially YouTube comment sections, is the perfect place to do that because they can hide behind their keyboards and comment troll-like things. Now I will say these comments I just talked about are different from the comments that bring up productive criticism. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I'm wrong often. I'm not perfect. I'm a person. I make mistakes. These, you know, productive criticism comments are way different from these just unpleasant, just rude comments. But before I talk about that, I do want to get into some serious and scary comments that were actually threatening and dangerous. This is something I was not really expecting when my video started to blow up. It's something I think more people need to talk about when your videos do get bigger. You will have depraved individuals that have some really messed up worldviews hide behind their keyboards, like I talked about, and comment some really disturbing things. That is unfortunate, but that is an aspect of a video blowing up in the way it does. That happens. I did make a mistake and go into my YouTube studio and go to the hidden comments that YouTube actually catches. There I saw people calling me horrible things, using obnoxious language, slurs that are used mostly to talk about women, and then, of course, threats. I got those as well. It was truly a cesspool of depravity, and nothing I said in that video warranted that type of language. It's just, these people that were saying those things are degenerates through and through. And that's all I have to say about that. So we're going to move on. This was a random idea and a random video I made. It wasn't any different from any other video in, you know, production value, quality. The idea was kind of on par and on brand with my channel. Something about the thumbnail, the video length, maybe, you know, the content in it just like created this perfect storm. There have been times that I put so much energy into a video and it just doesn't go anywhere, which is fine. I don't deserve a certain amount of views, of course, but I'm saying like, it was such a random video, and I have put so much energy in other ones. I'm just like, that one? It's so random, out of nowhere. I know that if there was a lot of people that liked my shelter video, there would also be a lot that liked my other videos as well. For example, I spent 2 weeks researching the 12 tribes and, you know, constructing a video, 2-part series actually on the 12 tribes, or the cult that lives on the Appalachian Trail. And you can watch that by clicking up here. I spent days editing and forming an impactful narrative around my latest 100-mile race that I did in Colorado, Run Rabbit Run. You can watch that up here. And I also spent 5 months and 10 days hiking the Appalachian Trail, and I posted a video every week. You can watch that playlist up here as well. All that to say, if you enjoyed that shelter video, then please consider subscribing and watching my other videos. I'm gonna take a note from Kyle Hates Hiking and kind of call out the percentage of people that aren't subscribed. Like him in his latest video, I have about 80% of people that aren't subscribed to my channel but are watching. So I see y'all, and I'm just gonna encourage y'all to please subscribe and watch my other videos. It only takes a click on y'all's end to help and encourage creators like me. As always, thank you for the support. One of the biggest positive outcomes from this video blowing up is that I made a lot of money from it. I was able to buy a new computer. Actually, I didn't have a computer at all. I was just using my iPad, not my iPod, that would be sad. I was just using my iPad to edit these videos. So I was able to buy a new computer, camera equipment, and then a really nice mic. And so with that, I have been able to produce quality videos quicker. A second positive outcome is that I could really see YouTube being a serious job for me. With planning and consideration, I can see myself working harder at YouTube, making more money from it. It never was about the money, and I have been creating these videos for 4 years because I just really enjoy creating videos, editing, filming. I love camera equipment, and I love, photography, videography. It's something that I truly love. It's a passion of mine. And the fact that I could be making money off a passion is really exciting. On that, I wanted to give you guys an update on my 2023 upload schedule. I've decided to produce one video every 2 weeks that will premiere on the first and third Monday of the month around 6 p.m. On most second and fourth Mondays, I will be live streaming in some capacity. It might be me watching hiking videos with y'all. It might be me showing off some gear. I could answer some questions about ultra running or backpacking. And I also might have some guests join me as well. Live streaming every week will allow more time to produce quality videos, which is what this year is all about. Last year was more about quantity, but this year I'm definitely focusing more on quality. Besides losing a little bit of faith in humanity with some comments, I would say the biggest repercussion from this video blowing up is my perfectionism in all aspects of YouTube. When I posted that video, I felt like it was all good. I always post a video and feel like it's, all good to go. But, as I watched it back, I saw a couple things that I would have changed, editing, mistakes, and that's kind of snowballed a little bit. If I ever have another video blow up again, I always think in my head, like, I want it to be perfect. And I don't think I've verbalized that in my head, but it definitely comes out in my actions. I spend a lot of time making sure the lighting is correct, the angles are good, it's level, make sure my hair looks okay, and spend days writing out a script and making sure every detail is talked about. These types of videos, I'm able to talk a little more off the script. You can probably notice I'm just talking freely, but if you watch my videos from this previous year, you can see that I'm kind of on scripts because I don't want to divert from it and say something wrong. I mean, editing is probably the worst of them all. I will spend days editing, and then if I feel satisfied with it, I finally upload it, and I am racked with nerves thinking, it's not good enough. With the 1 week time frame I have to post these videos, it's hard to get quality videos like that out. So I'm hoping with this 2 week upload, I'll have more time to film and then edit and then post. I've really noticed this perfectionism, and it's not something I'm super happy about. So I'm trying to curb it a little bit. A repercussion that actually turned into a positive outcome is how those mean comments made me feel. After getting over the initial shock of seeing somebody talk about my appearance or my accent, I feel like I developed a tougher skin, and I am able to advocate for myself a little better. And that is a positive for sure. I definitely feel like I have a tougher skin here on YouTube now. A lot of people talked about snakes in a shelter and how that means less mice. You kind of have to pick or choose. Is, you know, a snake in a shelter, he's gonna eat, or she will eat the mice. Are you okay with sleeping with a snake? If so, great. But if there isn't a snake in there, that probably means you're gonna have a lot of mice. So that's something a lot of people were bringing up. Then second, I know the clip of the snake is not a snake. It's a legless lizard. I realize that now after about 50 to 75 people brought it to my attention. So third is a little more serious, but I left this positive out of the video and I didn't talk about it at all. But shelters are really good in the way that they lessen the impact on the surrounding area. So if less people are pitching their tents in this area, that means less impact to the land. But, you know, you can also make the argument that like these shelters are a big meeting place for hikers, so you are seeing a lot of impact on those specific places anyways because of the shelters. I don't know, what do you guys think? There were a lot of people that brought up the fact that like if more people are staying in the shelters, that means less impact to the land. But that is one of the biggest regrets I have in that video, not talking about the benefits of a shelter in the aspects of like leave no trace. All right, y'all, that was it for this simple video. I just want to talk about what it's like to have a video blow up on a relatively small channel. I hope it gave y'all some insight into what that looks like. I also wanted to talk about, you know, my upload schedule a little bit in 2023. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. For 2023, I'm going to be taking a poll on if I'm going to keep the emojis at the end of the video. So for those that don't know what I'm talking about, typically at the end of the video, for those that have watched all the way through, I give them the option to comment a specific emoji to let me know that they watched to the very end. And I've been doing that for most of 2022. So I just want to take a poll and see if we should leave that in 2022 or if we should go full steam, bring that into 2023. So if you think I should keep my emojis at the end of the video, comment a thumbs up emoji. And if you think I should ditch them, we should leave them in 2022, then give me like a yawn emoji. I'm gonna have it somewhere in the corner here. I just want to see what you guys think. Is it over? Should I stop doing that? I don't know. That is it for right now. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.